We have with us today an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States. You may read his biography in your program. You will see in it that he was born in Pinpoint, Georgia, south of Savannah, in a shanty without a bathroom or electricity except light in the kitchen. You will see that he is a proximate descendant of slaves. He was raised by his grandparents, Myers and Christine Anderson, his mother being unable to manage it financially. You must read his book, My Grandfather's Son, which is an inspiration. You will read that the justice attended Pius X High School in Savannah, Georgia from 1962 to 64, 9th and 10th grades. And I will tell you now that Hillsdale College is proud of its 13 charter schools, and that one of those in Savannah, Georgia, operates in that building where Justice Thomas went for 2 years. And the 8th grade of that school is here with us today. I've been privileged to know the Justice since 1987. I formed the view early that he is the greatest public servant I know. When I became president of the college, Chairman Broadbeck asked me who I'd like to speak at my inauguration ceremonies, and I replied that I, of course, hoped it would be this greatest man. And he did that for me, and I'm grateful to him. Honored beyond any telling. Honored beyond any telling his being here today. There are two reasons I believe of him as I do. The first is the quality of his work. I took to reading his opinions after he got on the court. I had been reading everything he wrote before that. One finds in them a great act of recovery. He reads the Constitution both originally and profoundly. He sees in it the structure that provides the form in which the American people can pursue their purposes. He understands that it is their document, that they passed it, and that is the only law that they have ever passed. He sees that it must remain constant if it is to remain their own. He says that if you read it intelligently, you have the duty to get the rights and the justice of each case right according to the details, but also you must understand its large purposes which culminate, I will say, according to the people who wrote it, in the purposes I named as the purposes of this college, that is, that each one of us may govern himself and his country so as to live a fully human life. There is in these opinions a beautiful history of American law and a treasure of civilization and freedom. And these are large claims, and I do not have time to prove them. But if you write me a letter, I will send you the opinions that do prove them. The second is his character. He is a man deeply moved by his loves, and they are the right loves. He loves freedom and equality. He finds in them what the best Americans have found, a challenge to live well, to face one's fears, to build one's character, to develop one's mind. I have seen him demonstrate this on so many occasions I cannot count, and I stand in awe of them. He is, I think, the kind of man as the greatest visitor to our college in the 19th century. I mean the runaway slave, Frederick Douglass. That man, like our speaker today, was mistreated and abused because of the color of his skin. Of course, Douglass more severely than Thomas, but not more severely than Thomas's ancestors. But the reaction of Douglass to this abuse was to love the principles and institutions of our country which condemn the abuse that he received, because they proclaim the wrong of that abuse, and because they offer the hope that no one may suffer that abuse. The response of Justice Thomas to harm is to preach good, good for all the same. It is the attitude of the great-souled man, of the magnanimous man, and it shows itself all the time. And seeking to honor this man, which we all come here to do today, of course it is rather we who are honored. Please welcome Associate Justice of the Supreme Court, Clarence Thomas.
Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.